Hey, what's going on,
Hey,
everyone? Welcome to Lush Exchange, another episode. How y'all doing today?
hey y'all. I'm
Hey,
great.
hey, hey. I am just letting y'all know. Thank y'all for tuning in. And make sure y'all go ahead while you tuning in now. Go ahead and subscribe to Lush Exchange channel on YouTube. Soon as you if fresh in the gate, go ahead and do that right now.
Right
But
now.
let me go ahead while y'all kind of settling in and getting ready and getting comfortable. Let me go ahead and introduce myself for those that don't know me. I am Miss Maggie T.
I am Nikki V.
Hey,
And we have a special guest today. We have Mr. Phelp Payton joining us tonight.
What's good, everybody?
hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining us today. We always love to have a male perspective on our show. It's always great to have different points of views because we can give ours, but it's nothing like another head, in the game that can let us know their opinion of something. So I just think I appreciate you being here, and we got to have a good time. Just letting everybody go ahead and pile on in. How y'all doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey y'all.
So I know y'all been seeing the advertisements about our show tonight. So this is about to be a good one. Good one. So let's go ahead
Gloves
and
hands like
get
Birdman.
into this one.
Yeah. We're gonna get into it.
We are talking about poly relationships, everybody. Oh. And I even got a picture for that, y'all.
Uh-oh.
It's the
Uh-oh.
one that y'all seen on Facebook, but just in case some people don't know what that is,
Yes, yes, yes.
we about to
And
get
this
into this definition. Go ahead, Nikki.
this family has like exploded recently on social media because I haven't seen them before this year. And now like they're everywhere. Maybe the topic is hotter, but this particular family I've seen a lot of recently.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about it a bit more. Hey, Nikki, you down there?
Hey Nikki, Nicole.
I think it's if it's not common in far as people being in those relationships, the conversation about it is being a bit more popular.
Mm-hmm.
Know which one of the two, but I've definitely seen a lot of this going, being talked about at least. And actually, I know a couple. Well, someone that's in a relationship on Facebook, one of my Facebook friends, and they've been thriving and everything is going
Okay.
great. So, it's becoming something that a lot of people are starting to get into. So, I guess we want to go ahead and for people that don't know what this is, get into the definition of what it is.
Okay, so y'all, and sometimes there are misconceptions about it. So we wanted to give y'all like the actual definition of polyamory. So it's the practice of or desire for intimate relationships with more than one partner with the informed consent of all partners involved. Now that little key word, informed
Yes.
consent, is
Yes.
where the misconception lies
Mhm.
because maybe we all know, a particular guy or a particular girl, they've got, four, five in rotation. But
Do they
the
know about each
difference,
other?
that's right. The difference is their consent and are they all informed about each other? So there's your definition. And long story short, it's consensual non-monogamy. And for a lot of people, non-monogamy goes against every in our beings because
Mm-hmm.
we're taught you're supposed to be with one person, you pick one person, you be committed to that one person until the day you die or the day your partner dies, one of the two. But yeah, it's basically consensual non-monogamy.
Yeah, that's what it is in a nutshell, or in layman's terms, the antithesis of an entanglement. All right,
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
all,
Nikki
all
said
right.
informed entanglement.
Informed entanglement. Informed entanglement. There we go. We'll go with that.
Okay.
Now, as far as the family that's being displayed and what have you, I am familiar with the gentleman. I believe his last name is Wesley, Mr. Wesley. He came on my radar because he was basically giving his experiences as a former pastor. He's a former pastor. He's left
Interesting.
he's left the church. He denounces
Okay.
all religion, what have you. So there's some now with that bit of information out there, I'm pretty sure there's some of your audience that's sucking their teeth now, like, oh, that explains everything now.
Right.
Well, not so much, not so much, because the thing about it is that, like as you alluded to, we were taught certain things, and we were taught these things in addition to our religion. So if you're from a Christian background or what have you, it's all about just one man, one woman.
Mm-hmm.
You get together, you get married, you
Yep.
live, you live, then you die, and you go be with the Lord and whatever, and all that. But if you are outside of that belief system, which a lot of people are beginning to wake up, and they are now saying, okay, you know what? That's a bunch of. Can I cuss here?
Oh, look.
Can I cuss?
Oh yeah, you
Okay.
can cuss.
I cuss all the time. Please believe it.
Okay. And if you're not with all that, you've come to the understanding that this is some bullshit.
Yeah.
Then you're like, okay, well, what else is out there? What else is what else is going on that that we've been lied to about, or we've been misinformed about, and what have you. But a lot of people, the first thing they'll say is, oh well, I couldn't do this type of thing because I don't share, which is really kind of the most idiotic thing ever. When we have all these situations and all that, and again, entanglements,
Yep.
and all that, whatnot, and people are good with that, but you're not good with this. Side pieces, and
I,
backdoor man, and all this other
I think
crap
with that, some people don't like to accept the fact that they would like to have multiple partners. So it's a bit more hidden. It's a bit more secret. They're doing it in the
True.
background. They're trying to, because like you said, they've been raised to be a certain way. So you got to put up that image. And so you're going to have your side because you're sneaking and get away with it. So you're satisfying your craving for it. But in your parents' and family's eyes, oh, he's, he or she is, been raised right, faithful, one woman, one man, it is. And you're absolutely right about that. So this kind of goes into our next one. I mean, would you consider a poly relationship? Now, I know your view on it. I guess, and we can leave it open to the audience too. I know y'all in here. Y'all can go ahead and answer on this, and I'm going to keep the titles off so it won't cover your face. I'm just going to put it up there long enough for people to see it. But would you consider it?
What would I consider it?
Yeah.
I've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. Now, there's been a few times in my life where I've had two girlfriends, whatnot. But see, I'm married now. But I'm married to a woman that likes women. Now, here's the crazy thing. A lot of times people are only looking at the sexual aspect of everything, as if that's the only component to that relationship, when it really isn't. It's about three people who are all of the same mindset with everything, not just what you do in the bedroom. Because there are poly relationships where the women are not bisexual. They're not. They are just basically, they all have a love for each other. Everyone who is in that triumvirate,
mutual respect, and
yeah, mutual respect. So it isn't about crazy threesomes at night and all that, all this other stuff that people like to make it out to be. But if you are with two women that happen to like women, then okay, then that's different. But even still, there has to be a level of mutual respect and admiration there.
Yeah.
And I think that's a common misconception because when you talk about a man that has more than one partner or a woman that has more than one partner, I've seen comments like, them dudes is gay if they do that, if they agree to that. No, not necessarily, because like you said, that doesn't mean they're interacting with each other in the bedroom. They're interacting with her on separate occasions, not at the same time. It could be at the same time, but usually it's on separate occasions. Each partner gets their own individual time, with the man or the woman, whichever the case may be. So that's a common misconception that all parties involved do not have to be gay or bi necessarily to be in a polyamorous, relationship. So we educating y'all today.
Yes,
that's
and
true. That's true. But
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Well, you can go ahead because I was going to go about what I would, if I would. But you can go ahead and complete what you wanted to say. Then I'll go into mine.
Okay. Well, the thing with men, male, female, that aspect, you're dealing with masculinity. And of course, we are at a time in society where masculinity is at a minimum and it is somewhat frowned upon. So, getting men to say, okay, now men are cool, like, okay, like, like back in the day, you might come across a chick, oh, yo, you got with her? Yeah, I got with her too. All right, cool. All right, no harm, no foul. But getting two masculine men to be in a relationship with the same woman and be cool about it, I don't know. You'd be better off trying to get Donald Trump to love black people.
Oh my God.
So,
you make a point there, and that's something that we're going to actually elaborate on. Hey, how you doing? We're going to elaborate on that a little bit more because we wanted to get into the why it's frowned upon, depending on who's in the relationship. So we're going to get into that actually a little later. We're going to go into detail
I'm
about
sorry,
that.
I'm jumping the gun.
No, it's fine.
You're good.
It is perfectly fine. But as far as if I would, actually, I have been with both. And I actually had a threesome. And as far as wanting a relationship with both, I actually definitely considered it before. It was a person I was talking to once before. Now, the person I'm currently with now, he's not with it or whatever. But back in time when I was dating someone else, I brought it up and that person was like, he was fine with it. And it basically was going to be where I was going to be in a relationship with you and her. And, like you said, you're going to do things, separately.
Yeah.
Because I have, it was somebody I was considering that I actually had like feelings for. And I actually enjoyed my time with her and everything. Like, we went out on dates and everything. And we've been intimate. And, a lot of people say, oh, they always judge it and everything else. But once you've had both and you can kind of, compare, it's like certain things that she can do, certain things he can do. So bringing it together would be lovely. Like for me, a perfect world for me would be to be able to have my girlfriend and my my boyfriend. We're together, living together and everything where I'm, where everybody's at a mutual, whether that person, he doesn't want to be, with both of us at the same time, but see, I'm open to it. But like you said, it's still a mutual respect. It's not like we can just be wilding out and acting a fool, and it's still a relationship. It's still, we're going to have our times together separately because sometimes I don't want to share with you. I just want to enjoy it with this person today. I want to enjoy it with that person, depending on my mood. Maybe we might come together depending on it. But yes, I would definitely consider it depending, who I'm with. But it just, like you said, the other party has to agree with it,
Right.
So that's when you start sneaking around and wanting to, so I just rather, if I can't have it like that, I'd rather not even have it at all, because I'm just about that being honest and everything. Go ahead.
And you hit on something that is really important. I don't know if you noticed this, but you said this is what you wanted. So this is what you initiated. Okay, a good 9.5 times out of 10, you got some dude that's feeling himself. He come across a young lady, he know that she might, want to do her thing. She like the ladies a little bit or whatever. Okay, the first thing you want to do is basically try to introduce somebody else into the situation, and that whole thing isn't solid yet.
Mhm.
Or let's just say he's trying to do something else. He might not even know if she's into women, but he proposes that, and then okay, she goes along with that. Okay, she kind of enjoys it, kind of, yeah, whatever. But then it's like, okay, well, let's take this another step further. Basically, I'm saying all that to say is, this whole thing works a lot better when it's the women initiating it.
You're
A
right.
lot better.
You're right
Yeah.
about that. And Nikki, if what he felt the same way was another man, oh, definitely not. Definitely not.
Right.
Like he said earlier, it's kind of hard to. And me, I'm not. I'm not attracted to two guys. That's just me. It's to each his own. If you like that type of thing, that's you. But that's just me. I like my males being masculine, and then I also like my females soft and sweet, and what I'm saying, like that. So it's just certain things that I like that I can't get from both at the same time. So that's just my preference.
So for me, I don't know. I haven't really had a lot of time to figure it out. I have a very open mind. And I'm the type, Maggie, because you're a Gemini as well. We're very curious. We have that, try anything once type of mentality. I have dealt with women in the past, and I enjoyed it a lot. Now, would I be able to have two partners? I'm not sure. I'd be open to the conversation. I'm not like, oh God, no, never. I could never do that. I'm far from that. I'm not sure. I'd be open to the conversation. But like nowadays, it's like, especially dating now, it's like it's very rare when you're able to find everything that you want in just one partner.
That's my problem. Oh
it's
my God.
So rare nowadays. Like there's always, it seems like always something missing. Either the mental connection is not on point where you want it to be, or the sexual connection is not where you want it to be, or they have no ambition, but everything else is right. Or, there's always something missing, it seems. And I know some people think, it's wrong to have, I'm not saying perfection exists because nobody's perfect.
No.
But there are.
I'm close to it. I'm close to it.
Hey,
well, it's your wife, Lucky. it's for me, it's just, it seems to always be something missing. And, it seems like nowadays in dating, you have to date more than one person in order to get everything you want. Like I said, it's very rare to be completely satisfied with just one person. But boy, when you do find that, you don't want to share shit. You don't want to bring in nobody else. The mental is fucking amazing. The sexual is amazing. You got your ambition. He has his ambition. Or if same-sex relation, whatever the case may be, when you have that, you ain't trying to deal with nothing else because you got everything you want and you need. I'm just saying it's rare, but as far as dating goes, you probably need to date more than one in order to have all of your needs and wants met. So there's that.
Okay.
Well, I believe it's just like she said, like she said, that if you are someone who craves both, you're really into to a masculine man, but you also want, a feminine woman. I don't see anything wrong. I don't see anything wrong with that. Of course, the students of Lil Kim's and Meg the Stallions out there, they want it to be this thing where you get you get two dudes and you basically just drag them around like however and whatever. I'm here to tell you that that's video shit. Y'all need to get that bullshit out your head. Not saying that not saying that it will not happen, but it takes a certain type of individual to do that. And let's just put it this way. Where I'm from, they call that, the word that they use ends with imp and it ain't pimp. All right.
Mm. Okay. You see this big comment we got right here?
Yeah, that's a long one. I had an instance where my boyfriend tried to initiate a poly relationship, but he never told the other woman. Okay, mistake number one.
Yep.
He was in a relationship. We were at a standstill. She and I found out about each other at the same time. She lives a polygamous lifestyle. He claims he wanted to find an option to keep me faithful.
I don't know about
all
that.
kinds of mistakes and red flags in there.
Yeah, each other not knowing about each other. Yeah, you started off all the way wrong.
Right.
Yes, correct.
You might have found someone that was into that and you started liking her a lot and you are like, oh, I'm actually in a relationship. So that's what it sounds like to me. It doesn't sound like he was trying to initiate it. He just happened to come across an awesome lady that is actually into this thing. And he probably wasn't even going to get around to introducing them at all. That's what I feel.
Right.
No.
Okay, Mad Wrestling Takes.
No.
Go ahead, Phelp.
No, he came across, he was doing his thing, and it just so happened that she said, "Oh, I'm into women." It's like, "Oh shit, you into women?"
Mm-hmm.
All right, well shit. Let me go ahead and let me see if I can work this out. Yeah, that type of shit.
That's how it is. A lot of time when people find out I do like, women, it's like, oh yeah, I was like, it don't mean you gonna get that at the same time. It might mean just because you're getting all excited, and that doesn't mean that's you gonna be that partner. I'm just being honest and open. Doesn't mean that it is oh yes, we finna have no.
That means I might get down with her on my own without you involved. And you need to be okay with that if you're gonna be with me.
Exactly.
Now, I don't agree with Mad Wrestling Take says it comes down to finding the right one. If you're seeking more than one, you haven't found that true love.
I disagree with that.
I'm gonna challenge that because, like I said, this whole polyamory thing, it goes against everything that we're taught. And sometimes you got to think for yourself and what works for you. You can be truly in love with more than one person.
Yeah. Oh Lord, see, Maggie like women. Yes.
You can be committed to more than one person.
Yeah. Yes.
So this is about, stepping outside of what you've been taught your whole life. Just because it's what you were told doesn't mean it's right.
Yeah. And just because because someone says that's what they're into, if they like Nikki said, if you really truly into somebody like that hard, it's something I would consider. But if somebody is satisfying what I need to be satisfied, I don't need to look for something else, or let's bring somebody else in the picture, because you doing everything I need. So it's not saying that I'm gonna sit there and be like, oh man, I daydream. You know what I'm saying? I'm not missing anything if you're fulfilling everything that I need, and vice versa. If we both are satisfying each other and we're happy, you don't have to worry about it. That's what people fear. It's like I'm gonna lose you to a woman. It's like, no, if you are, fulfilling everything I need, and we bond, we got that chemistry, we're just soulmates and everything else. But if you're gonna have that topic, I'm gonna be honest. It's like, yeah, I would consider it if you considered it, but it doesn't mean that I'm gonna go to my grave disappointed that it didn't happen either. So
Nikki has a question. So if you need what you need from both sexes, if your partner wants to be poly with someone outside of you, will you let them? I have a problem with the outside of you term, because with poly, like I said, if there's consent with everyone involved, everyone knows about each other. So I feel like the outside of you part feels like somebody's being left out. Nikki, please verify if that's what you meant. But it's not for me. It's and then the let them part kind of makes me feel like there's a separation going on. With polyamory, everyone is
It's a
involved.
mutual
Everyone is
agreement.
everyone is informed.
Mm-hmm.
It's all of y'all or none of y'all. It's there's no separation, I guess is what I'm getting at.
Right, right, right. I would like to use a sports analogy for a minute. There is no I in team. So, people have to move beyond these terms that they have, that they've had beaten into their heads because,
Mm-hmm.
how many times have you come across a woman or whatnot, a friend of yours or maybe a friend of hers or something, you're just having a conversation and she's talking about her day-to-day life and she's saying, well, my husband, my husband, my husband. Does this brother have a name? You have a name? Does he exist outside the world that that you are presenting to us?
Mm.
You're not describing a relationship. You're describing more or less a possession. You're speaking as if we speak about our relationships like how we speak about our material possessions, my house, my woman, my
Oh
car, my
yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
and words have power. So therefore you're putting this out here in the universe. That's why the majority of people who are so against being poly, they've built themselves into this fortress, and it's they're surrounded by all this possessiveness and obsession. Oh well, if mine step out like that, or mine better know better. But well, wait a minute, what happened to being an individual? What happened to being an individual and then you come together? What happened to that? Just because, oh, I'm with you, I can't do that.
And I think what Nikki was meaning, she was speaking more about an open relationship. With an open relationship, you're allowing your partner to step outside of you two and they
Mm-hmm.
go do their thing with somebody else. That's more of an open relationship. With
Right.
polyamory, everybody's involved,
On the same
everybody's
page.
consenting, everybody is
Mm-hmm.
informed and on the same page. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the difference between the two.
Right. 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 And there's that pesky thing there. Everybody being on one accord. You can't have one person over here with their own agenda, another person over here with their agenda, and then you in the middle with your own agenda. It's never going to work.
That's why,
Never going to work.
to be honest, that's why I don't even dib and dab in threesomes anymore because people are always about their life. And I'm not a person that sit there and lay back and, I'm there for the excitement of it. I'm there for a good time. And don't expect me to just be bland. A lot of time it's the women that get in their feelings about it. So
Mm-hmm.
I've had, I ain't gonna say how many times, but each time somebody got
Mhm.
in someone got in their
Mhm.
feelings and it just ruined everything. It was like, you know what? Okay. And it's
Yeah.
like I've never revisited that couple again because it's like, you know what? Yeah, it was just too much for me. So
And I'm going to tell you exactly why that is. That goes back to what I said originally. That goes back to the whole thing of she's not doing it because she wants to do it. She's doing it to please him. And
there you
the
go.
only person that is enjoying this whole thing really is him. And then also a lot of times there's a disconnect between the two parties on what it is that they like. Now, okay, I'll give you an example. I'll use myself as an example. I'm a former fiance. Um, she was into women, and we used to have threesomes and all that. But I didn't really enjoy them because the women that she wanted to have threesomes with, I wasn't attracted to. So
There you go.
so so it was like, I'm doing this. I'm just here because I'm here so I don't get fined. That's basically what that was.
Yeah.
I'm here, but the time that we had a threesome with somebody that I was really attracted to, fireworks, and then she was over there like, oh, so that's what's up. Like,
See?
yo,
So you see what I'm saying? It's to me, it just never works out. I mean, everybody, because I will have that mutual conversation with everybody. We're gonna be on the same page, right? Everybody's good, and then it's oh, so that's how you doing it. And oh, you didn't do it like this with me. It's like, oh, here we go.
I see. I disagree again with, where is that comment at? Mad Wrestling Takes. They say when it comes down to it, one person is getting satisfied. That's not the case.
No.
That's a misconception. Polyamorous relationship if money isn't a part of the equation. And I think that's a misconception. Everybody, I think, is satisfied because they've got that connection, mental and sexual, with more than one person. How could you not be satisfied with that? You have options. Like how are you not satisfied? I don't believe one person is being satisfied in a polyamorous relationship. I believe everybody is satisfied. Otherwise, why the hell would they be there?
Mm-hmm.
They all know about each other. There's a connection all the way around. Why do you think the connection is only with the one person? Is that why you have that only one person is getting satisfied? I don't know. It sounds off to me. Am I the only one?
But what
I think they're
I'm
confused. I think they're confused about like, even though we broke it down the definition, I think people still trying to put that concept of how they feel about it into it. So it's like, I would never allow that. I don't know. I think they're still putting their feelings in it. So it would never work out because this is what they truly feel. So it won't be for you. It's not going to be for you. It's going to be people that understands it and can take that away from it. Like, this is mine. This is mine. It's only mine. You take that concept out of it and you can agree. It's different for somebody that can look at it in that mindset. So it's just, it's some people, just takes a while for them to like understand what's going on. So, and I get that.
Well, I'm confused as to why the brother said take money out of it, or what did he say about money? I'm just confused as to what money has to do with it. Or is he alluding to you can only have this type of relationship if you have money?
No, I think, well, and then his follow-up comment was, I could see being a part of a polyamorous relationship for business purposes. I don't really understand that either. We might need Mad Wrestling Takes to call in and clarify, because I'm not sure what money has to do with it either. He said if money isn't a part of the equation. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm confused.
You can call in on that. But while we're waiting on him to call in, let's go into basically we're kind of going into it. But do you think that can a relationship like this last long term, and why or why not?
I believe they can. As long as there is, first of all, no jealousy. You have to, that can't exist. Also, if all parties involved enjoy variety, that has to be present, I think. Of course, honesty. All parties involved have to be honest. And then boundaries have to exist. And those need to be openly communicated up front. You can't initiate boundaries after the fact. Get all of that out up front, so everybody knows and understands up front, what's allowed, what's not allowed, all that kind of stuff. So we have a caller.
Okay.
You're gonna have to turn your sound down, sir.
What, woman?
Hello.
Yeah.
Are you calling to clarify your comment about money?
Yes, I did. Look, see, this is why I have an issue with that type of relationship. It's because when that type of relationship is, not often, all right? I'm not saying this is 100% every time. When you get in that type of relationship, you're not just getting in it for, okay, I want to be with this person. I don't want this. This person has something that you desperately want outside of a relationship. Or you're trying to avoid something. And a lot of times when you get in that type of relationship, it's some type of business. Sometimes, like you're willing to take this to not be like you for security. A lot of women want security, and when you're with a guy, he's clearly in a place where he can handle the both of you financially. And that's what I mean by business person. Like when a man introduced that type of relationship to women, a lot of women would take that because they know that this guy is financially set, or you know they in a spot where they have to kind of bow down to his demands or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? To kind of make sure that she's going to be all right. Women want security. Women want security. This is why a lot of women stay with guys that beat their ass. This is why a lot of women stay with guys that are verbally abusive. And a lot of women stay with guys who are just, emotionally unattached to them. They stay with these guys because it's all about security. And that's what I meant by for business purposes. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, like they can say this and they can say that, but when it comes down to it, man, a lot of people ain't gonna tell you what their real motives are. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said, like, how many times does that actually work out for the three or even four people, or however many people are in that type of relationship?
Okay.
So that's what I meant by that.
So I understand what you're saying, but I think what you're doing is imposing your own understanding of a polyamorous relationship. I don't think you fully grasp what a polyamorous relationship is, because I disagree. I don't think money is a reason to be in a polyamorous relationship.
I think it's more like what he's saying is like it's a forced situation. You're just like, because he wants it, you got to do it because he wants it. That's not what it's all about.
I can't hear what they say.
Right.
So Maggie was saying that's not what it's about. Yeah,
I know what a polyamorous, like I said, people are not going to get down to what they truly want, what they truly want and why they get in relationships like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not saying that is the case all the time, but I'm telling you, like, oftentimes people never really tell you exactly what their motives in those types of relationships. So I want to hear what you guys got to say. So I'm gonna hang up now.
All right, thanks for calling.
Can I take that? Can I? Okay, all right. Well, I kind of knew that this is where the brother was going with that. He was saying what he was saying, but he's saying it in a roundabout way. And he kept saying, well, you never know a person's motives for being in that being in that type of relationship. Well, we don't have to know them. We don't have to know what their motives are. We're not in that relationship. Why does it matter? And then also then the other thing is you're saying, okay, well, this is why women stay with these type of men, and you do understand, brother, that there's billions of people on this planet, and the situations that you were talking about are probably only 10 to 15% of the population actually goes through. So there's a lot of other things, a lot of other people out here with other different mindsets or whatnot, that are happy where they are, doing what they're doing. As the ladies were saying, you're only speaking from your perspective, which is cool. I mean, which is cool, which is the only perspective that you have. But in this particular situation with this forum, I would challenge you to try to come outside the box. It isn't about, because if you got Diddy money, you can just have two chicks doing all this wild. No, there's plenty of people who are in polyamory or in poly relationships who don't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, and they're good. They're good with each other and whatnot. Nobody is forcing anybody. Nobody is making anybody do anything. last I checked, that's against the law to actually,
Force, yeah.
force somebody into something.
And that's what I'm
So,
saying. And not to cut you off, but I wouldn't mind being in something like that. But see, I'm not going to force somebody to do that either. So that's why I say it depends on your partner and that conversation and that, understanding of it. So it's not that we're looking, it's people got it misunderstood. I would like to have a relationship like that, but if you're going to have to force somebody, that's something that you don't want because they feel threatened, they're timid, they're scared, and they're only doing it to satisfy you. They're, like you said earlier, that person is not getting anything out of it because they're just trying to keep you happy. That's what I don't want. I want everybody in that relationship to be happy and satisfied. And it's a relationship. People just put the sex in it and put some people just think that a male is dominant and he just, he got to have what he wants. And a lot of people still in that mindset. Like you said, even if the lady initiates it, it just seems like it breaks the ice a little bit more when it's that way because it's not as so aggressive about it,
Yeah.
and it's a bit more accepted. So actually, I think, is that the next one? Let me see what we got going on here. I think we was kind of.
And I think Christina, while you're looking at that, I think Christina has more of a grasp on it. She said, I feel like it's grown people who come together to be in a relationship, meaning they all have jobs, they're educated, and they're comfortable. It's a team thing, correct? Yes, that's correct. Everybody's involved, right? It's everybody's involved. Everybody's on the same page. No one's being forced to be in a polyamorous relationship, and I think that's a misconception. So I think Christina has more of a grasp on what it really is.
And it kind of goes into what's next. Why is it and it's kind of going to what you talked about earlier. I said we was going to get into this, but why is it frowned upon when it's a woman dating two males or versus a male dating two women?
And I have heard such negative connotations when it's a woman who has two male partners compared to a man that has two female partners. And I always wonder why that is. I mean, I don't heard it. She just a hoe. She wants two dicks and she getting trains ran on her. Again, misconception, because not necessarily she's not spending, that sexual experience with both of them at the same time. That's a lot of people don't understand that. They don't mean all three of them's getting down at the same time. If they do, that's them. But that's a misconception. It's not necessarily the case. But yeah, why is she considered a hoe and she needs, all this extra meat because she has two male partners? But you don't hear that type of talk when it's a man with two female partners. I don't understand the whole double standard thing.
Well, I always say that double standards are only mentioned by people that situations don't work for. Kind of like how white supremacists always talk about how black people have all these advantages and everything, when in reality we know that that's not the case. The thing of it is that as long as you could take the weight, you do what you do. The problem is that people want to do certain things, but they don't want to take what comes along with it. If you're a woman and you got two dudes, they agree. I mean, now again, they agree, they're good with it or whatever. Okay, cool. But you do have to understand that, okay, outside of y'all, there's going to be people with their noses, their eyebrows raised and all that. As long as you are good with that and you can navigate beyond that, cool, do your thing. But if you're wanting it to be where it's just readily accepted in a world that really isn't accepted, then you're going to have problems. And you don't get to have it both ways. You don't get to say, okay, well, I'm going to do something that I know is against the grain, but I want everybody to accept it regardless. That's not going to work. That's never going to work. I mean, again, as long as you can, and hey, If you got two dudes that are willing to rock with you in that type of situation, do your thing. God bless. For the most part, we know that not a lot of, not well, we live in different times now, so let me not say that. Let me not say that, but there are some brothers out there who are willing to do that, but for the
Yeah.
most part, masculine men, really masculine men are not trying to participate
And that's what
in
I'm
that.
saying. If I'm gonna be with two guys, they got to be,
Right,
masculine. Now you can't be,
right,
let me go get
right.
my nails done. Hey, you got to be rough, pick me up type of rough. I mean, I can't have
You
that.
gotta have that. You gotta have that edge, and
Yeah,
that even goes to nature. Like, okay, when have you ever seen a lioness have two male lions around her like that, and they're not
yeah,
fighting?
You're right. Yeah, that's right.
Now I'm not advocating that dudes get out here and fight over women. That's lame shit. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm
But you
just
just
saying
showing
that.
that's their way of showing their masculinity.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's
Mhm.
yeah,
I'm strong. Don't
yeah, yeah. Like,
underestimate me.
right. There's room for only one of us here. You gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the lady lioness might be like, "Well, I'm trying to have both of y'all." But no, that's just not gonna work. We gonna go over here and sort this out. That's just what it is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it is.
That's right. You gotta have that strongness. That's me. I don't like no little
Yes.
soft dude. Now, I've met somebody that was a little too pretty for me. And, I ain't gonna go there. You might be watching, but
Right.
you're a little too cute for me. And I was like, what, this ain't gonna work. It was just that body and that muscle and everything that was going on. But sometimes, eyes be deceiving you sometimes.
Well, sometimes them cats be working out for the adoration of other dudes.
There you go. And that's what I felt it was. It was just too busy. You can't go outside because your hair looking a certain way. Like, what dude cares about, but I ain't gonna get into that. But
I mean,
that
now
just didn't work out for me.
Christina has a question. She said, "How is the time spent? Is it always a group thing, or is it designated times with an occasional get together? Because for me, I'm not into women, so how does that work?" So yes, you do not have to be into women in order for the male to have two female partners.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be gay or bi, and a lot of times, time spent is separate. It's not always, a group thing. Unless y'all all live together, then you probably have dinner together. You probably go out, all three of you together.
Mm-hmm.
You probably go out even separately. You don't have to engage sexually with the other female partner. So again, common misconception.
And I knew people that were, are in a relationship like that. So they just designated days to spend time with that mate. So you got Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I got, the weekends and things like that. And sometimes I know a couple that both women got children and they live, it's everybody's taken care of. Everybody's getting along. They come together for birthday parties and everything. It's a family.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely a family.
Yeah.
And let me take this thing off the screen. I'm going to hide your face there. But no, like she said, you don't necessarily have to be gay or bisexual. You don't even have to touch that woman. You can, hey, how you doing? You might give her a hug, to show, compassion. Let's say she's having a down day or something, but you're not getting intimate and things like that. It can work out that way. Like you said, it's a mutual agreement. And yes, wow, Maggie, yes.
Somebody's learning some things about you tonight.
Yeah, your inbox gonna be real busy.
I didn't even look at
blowing up.
They're gonna say,
real busy.
watch the episode. Maggie said she. I mean, I already get women in my inbox anyway, so there's nothing new. I just, I just don't be interested.
Are they good looking women? That's what that's. You can tell me later. It's all right. Tell me later.
No, the good looking woman ain't hit my inbox yet, so no. Well, it's one I've had my eye on, and but it ain't working out. So,
hey,
I plead the fifth, though. I plead the fifth. But seriously, though, I mean, this is the purpose of this show, everybody, to kind of inform. We're not just here to just, talk about things. We're educating you guys because honestly, it's becoming a bit more common. I don't know if it's just because it's a popular topic or be quiet. Telling it all. That's whatever. Look, if I can't be real, y'all not getting the real me. So
there you go.
I'd rather just put myself out there and educate y'all on some things because, everybody gets something out of this. So, just why not learn something new? But if it's not for you, it's not for you. We're not forcing you. And because someone's insecure, it is to me, Mike, when I go back to it is a force because they're trying to make something work. So it still is a force in an aspect because you're just like, I'm just going to take my heart out of the situation. I'm just going to do it because I really want to be with this person. So it can still be a forced situation. And I just don't like that insecurity part about people thinking that's what
because
it is
if you're doing it because you're insecure, I think you're doing it for the wrong reasons. And ultimately that situation will not work out. You will bow out at some point because your needs are not being met. If you're doing it for the sole purpose of keeping that one somebody, it's not going to last. You have to do it because it's something you actually want to do, not because you're insecure and you're like, oh, let me go on ahead and let him do what he do just so I don't lose him.
But this is not that type of relationship. Though.
Exactly. And that's, again, it's a misconception. So I think people are misconstrued about that. It's everybody's accepting, open, honest. They're not doing it for that purpose. So if they are, it ain't gonna last and it ain't gonna work. This is a side of Maggie I didn't know about.
Right.
Look, y'all don't pay attention to my posts because I'm open about my sexuality. I just,
all we say is don't be judging. We don't do that judging shit over here. Okay.
No, that's a good friend. No, that's a good friend. There's no judgment.
Is it considered cheating if a partner pursue new interests
during this relationship? Like
during the relationship.
Yeah, like let's say you have a poly relationship and then I guess y'all been going a long time and then you meet somebody new and you may not introduce, say, well, you know what, I've been kind of talking to somebody at work lately and they may know about your poly relationship, maybe not, but is it cheating if you decide you want to bring someone else in, or pretty much it's like, is it cheating really? Because you're already in a relationship with two people.
But if
go ahead.
If the other two parties don't know about it, then yes, it's cheating.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point that I was going to bring up. If there's honesty and everybody's informed about this new interest and they're open to this new interest, then no, it's not cheating. But if you're having secret conversations and secret meetups and, you deleting shit before you get home or whatever the case may be, then yes, it's cheating. But if everybody is informed, again, that key word is informed. If everybody knows, no, it's not cheating.
Look at that. Somebody said you fucking two people already. You need more.
Hey,
sometimes
everyone has different appetites and abilities.
Mm-hmm.
It might not even be about the sexual part. Maybe this person sparked an interest mentally and they're like, damn, I want to learn more. I want to bring this person into the situation I got. As long as everybody knows about it, hey, do you, boo-boo.
And that's what I said, like what she said earlier, like everybody got to accept it too, because what you may like, they might not be cool with or down with it. So it's just some people, everybody's going to be different. Each individual partner that you're with got something different that you like about that. But you're not going to date 3 people of the same. You're defeating the purpose. I hope not. Like you just got these big buff men walking around like, come on now. You ain't got nothing different about this person. Like, you got to be getting something new out of this. Like, it's just got to bring you a bit more. This person likes to cook and dance and sing. This person like to go on hikes, and you getting some type of. Everybody is just, you're going on a different date each time. It's just something you're getting out of that.
One of the key factors when I did some research, because we do research before we come at you with these topics. We don't just come at you with our blind opinions. And one of the key factors that kept coming up was each person enjoys variety. So, yeah, me too. So why would you be in a relationship with 2 or 3 people who are all alike? That doesn't make any sense.
And that's why I like women and men. It's like, it's just something different. I like variety. I like different things. So it just, people just don't understand that about me. So it just never works out where I can have that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But to me, I get enjoyment out of it. And it's, to me, I can love 2 people at the same time. I really can. That's just me. So that's just me.
I don't know. I mean, if this society wasn't so narrow-minded and hypocritical, you would have a lot more openness in certain areas. But then again, it goes back to a lot more people, especially more Black people, are getting into poly lifestyles because, again, they're separating themselves from the whole churchified thing. And they're realizing that, okay, well, over in Africa and, and all that, that's how they actually lived. That's how they actually conducted themselves. So, what happened before, what happened, I mean, who taught you about all this other shit? Who taught you about this other nonsense? You know what I mean? So the more of us that are discovering where we are coming, where we came from, we can all see where we should be going. But again, not everything is for everybody, and not everybody can handle certain shit. So if this isn't for you, just don't do it. You can be curious all day long. That doesn't mean that you have to partake in it, because it's not going to work out for you.
Yeah, it's for any relationship, gay, straight, bisexual. If it's not for you, it's going to always be people that have their opinions about it. But if it's not for you, why worry about it? They're not forcing it on you. You're not in that relationship. Just keep walking away. You don't understand it. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But don't, like she said, this is a no judgment zone. Whatever makes you happy. Long as you are absolutely happy, I'm all for it. Like, if it's my child that says, Mom, I think this is what and if you are sure and you know that about yourself, long as it's something that you really love, and also you're going to accept the criticism, you're going to accept what it comes with. So think about that
Accept
too.
the weight. Accept the weight. You gotta take what comes with it. You can't adjust the rules of the game to benefit you.
Right.
It don't work like that.
And especially when you're defensive about it and just it's like that's when it becomes negative, because you just always got to be mad and whatever. Y'all gonna accept this relationship, whatever. It was like, people are not gonna accept it. People don't understand what's going on, so you're gonna get your side eyes, But if this person right here is making you happy, you better walk down that street with their hand, with both of them. Come on, we walking down the street because I don't care what nobody else think. But y'all have accepted that. You're going to see them little stares or whatever, but it's not about them. It's about what's going on in this situation.
Right. But a lot of people say that, oh, well, I don't care what nobody thinks of me. But yeah, you do. You do.
Yeah.
You care.
You care.
You care a whole lot.
I was hoping we got some more. I see some people that are in poly relationships. Why aren't you calling in, people? We want to hear about it. Tell us about it. Come on. We got a couple of more mint hits.
Christina, I feel like people need to be honest about what they want, about what the want is. And I think for me, it would be easier. I do go to Hutch, but have a mind of my own. Life is short. Yeah. Got to understand what comes with it. Definitely.
You do. You definitely do. There you go, Mike. That's right. You got to understand, I love my husband, but I like females too. But why is it so hard to find that? That is my issue.
Third.
That is because, like I said, I've had a young lady that I was really very, very, very interested in, but she just wanted, me all to her. And it's,
She didn't want to share you, huh?
She didn't want to share me. And I was just like, you know what? But the funny thing is, she almost had me where I was like, you know what? I will actually be with this person. But then her crazy side came out. I was like, yeah, I don't think it's going to work out. So that's really what happened. Her crazy ass. She was crazy. She was batshit crazy. But
now, she had to be crazy if a Gemini was calling her crazy. Interesting.
Hey.
She was a little, possessive and everything else. And, we ain't going to get into that. But, yeah. I even called my best friend about her and everything. I was just like, yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. My family's going to probably disown me and everything. I was ready.
Dang.
So you were ready. So wait a minute, you were ready to leave your dude for her?
No, well, I was actually single then, though.
Oh, okay. All right.
But let me take that back.
Yeah, come on now.
It was my hot girl summer, and I was, pursuing a new interest. It wasn't something that was like solid, but we had that conversation about it, and I was like, well, maybe the two can meet. Maybe the two can align. How does that work? And he was all for it, like, yeah. But I started thinking about it. He was just happy at the fact that it's just two women. But it's like, no. I want a relationship with this person. It's not just a fun time. I want to be with this person and I want to be with you, so it just depends. You have to be mutually agreed that it's just not just a fun time. I really want to be with somebody that can call and, throw my emotions to them. We go out on dates. We get intimate privately, sometimes not with you. And I have feelings for this person. A lot of people just can't accept that. So it just never worked out for me. But now, of course, I don't, look for that because I'm with somebody that I don't have to do all of that. But I did consider it at one point. And y'all learning a lot about me. Guess what?
It is what it is.
I would like to throw this little tidbit in there or whatnot. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, or whatever it is you're trying to get off the ground, there has to be a mutual admiration society. In layman's terms, everybody has to dig each other. All right. So if you a fine female and your dude is kind of like, grade A dust bucket, 9.5 times out of 10, your situation ain't going to be, you're going to get the females. It's like, yo, I'll rock with you, but you got to leave him. Right.
And a lot of time that happens. It'd be the women getting their business on, and you just be sitting there like, I ain't want him. I just wanted you in this situation.
Right. Not grade A.
That's when he looked at that like, damn, they just put over. What am I here for? Let me go ahead and take care of myself, cuz.
Right. You're not needed. You're not needed. And and same in reverse. I mean, hey, if you, fellas, if you got a strong 6.5, you can't be approaching no 10, talking about, oh, well, come in with us, because she's gonna be like, yo, that math don't add up, bro. That math don't add up.
Travis, I said I was not in a relationship. I was just
hot girl summer
entertaining people. It was,
She said she was single.
There you go.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. Thank you.
She was just saying what she could speak. That's all. She was just saying what she could speak.
Christina said, oh, wow. I'm learning a lot. I love it.
Yes, that is the point. You're learning something.
I hope
y'all take something out of this. But we are, it's football season. Go Falcons. Just want to throw that in there. So I know it's Thursday night.
Cowboys.
Hey, ain't nobody trying to hear all that malarkey. Ain't nobody trying to hear all that.
But it is Thursday night, so we didn't want to hold y'all a little too late. So
yeah.
we're gonna get into our after shot, And I don't know if you watched before, but our after shot it can be absolutely nothing pertaining to the topic we talked about today. This is your opportunity to vent, voice your opinion about something that you've always wanted to get off your chest, or you just want to give encouragement. This is the platform right here where you can kind of get your last say in and everything.
You can say whatever you want to say. It can be related to the topic we discussed tonight. It could be totally off base from the topic we discussed tonight. But whatever comes to mind, speak that shit.
Okay. All right. Well, I would just like to say to people, definitely always be eager to learn new things. Definitely be eager to learn new things. You're always adding more tools to your toolbox, your skill set, and be able to take criticism. A lot of opportunities we miss because we let ego get in the way. We, oh well, you can't tell me that. What all this, that, and the third. And by the time you get done throwing your temper tantrum, the opportunity to advance has passed you by. But you put that out there, and so there it is. I definitely want people to be more open to accepting criticism, because not everybody is hating on you. Sometimes you're just not that fucking good. It's just what it is. I believe that if we had that level of honesty and that level of transparency, we would have more people who would actually stay in their lane. They would definitely know to stay in their lane. They would definitely be fine not necessarily fine, but they would be trying to get to the next level, and it wouldn't be so much as, oh well, you have all these delusional people running around thinking that everybody is out to get them and everybody's just trying to tear them down, when in fact, no, not everyone's trying to get you, not everyone's trying to tear you down. You just refuse to listen to the good advice that was being offered to you beforehand. And now you've surrounded yourself with a whole bunch of yes people, and that's not going to help you in the long run. So I would just say that everyone be open to criticism. You're not above someone saying, hey, you're not that good. You're not above someone saying, hey, you could do better. And embrace accountability. Tying it back to the subject tonight, the great thing about being in a poly relationship is that you have two accountability partners. You got two people that are going to say, hey, you know what? Look, you need to get it straight. You need to get it right.
That's what I'm saying. It's still a relationship now. You still got to be, faithful. You still got to tend to both parties and make sure everybody's equally as happy. You do your part. So yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. You just can't be out there just wilding out. So, if one accountability partner is a good thing, two accountability partners is a great thing. So they're going to keep you, they're going to keep you focused. And you shouldn't want to be involved with anybody that doesn't add any value to your life.
Thank you.
That's the key thing right there. Value. It doesn't have to be monetary. That isn't the end all be all. I don't care what nobody says. Now, granted, we all need money to live, and all that, but in the grand scheme of things, if someone could only provide a fiduciary type of influence in your life, then they're really not adding value, not at all. So that's when you end up in those situations where you feel like, oh, well, I have to stay here because they're doing this or they're doing that. And in the end, you just end up being resentful and nobody wants that. So that is my aftershock.
There you go. I love
it. You said a whole word.
You want to go or I got mine?
You can go. I'm still kind of thinking on mine.
Okay. Well, mine's kind of in the line of what you were saying about your egos and like the purpose of me and Nikki's show. A lot of people thought that it was just to be a male bashing, we hate men type of deal. We are here to educate and empower, and everybody of all walks of life. A lot of times people are so into competition with one another. When you get together, like you said, you might not be skillful in one thing, but the next person is. When you bring those powers together, let's say you do better graphics than this person, you do better promotion, you do, when y'all come together collectively. If I don't know, everybody ever read a book, heard about, it's a master team, or I forgot what the name of it is called. Somebody should know what I'm talking about, but it's a mastermind team where it's people, sometimes we're not even related businesses, but you have something that you can bring to that table to bring an aspect to it where you're learning something from somebody else that have a different perspective than you. So you might have a chef that runs a restaurant. You might have somebody that's a gym owner, but y'all coming together with common minds about business, and because you are never too old to learn. You're going to always learn something new. Educate yourself. That ego thing where you don't want to listen to somebody because you think you know it all, you're not going to get anywhere. If somebody's coming in and say, hey, maybe you should turn it this way and get a different result, and they have the numbers and things to prove that, you might want to take a listen to that. Take that in consideration. It's like, you know what? Thank you. And also give the due respect. If you take something from somebody, give them the proper respect. Hey, I got this from this person. They said I should have turned it up this way. I appreciate you. I thank you for that. Don't just steal it. Don't just take that and just run with it and then make it your, twist it up a little bit and say, I came up with this idea. No, you learned that from somebody. So always give people the proper recognition for what you've learned and what you've taught me. So you don't got to be Facebook, but just like, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. People get beside themselves, especially when they get big headed or they get that instant fame and they getting all this kind of money and they forget the people that got them there. When you start doing that, that's not going to last long because you're pushing away the people that was there when you didn't have a pot to piss in. You was on somebody's couch trying to make it work. But because you connected with maybe a good you thought was a good person and they leave you high and dry, your team sometimes, like you said, them yes men, you just got all these yes people in you, just trying to have their hands open because it's like, oh yeah, I'm finna get into this. This is a come up for me, but they're not really looking at your best interest.
Right. Most definitely.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's what I'm just saying. Like, please give people recommended, give them, recognition. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. So my aftershot is, I'm trying to remember what movie I got this from, but basically when something happens in your life, speaking of a potential partner that's never happened before, you owe it to yourself to find out and follow through what's going on with that. What I mean is, if you have somebody that comes into your life and they do all of the things, they hold you accountable, like Phelp mentioned earlier, they bring actual value to your life, not necessarily monetary, but they make you step your fucking game up. They elevate you in every way. Don't fuck around, because the worst feeling you are going to have is regret. When you don't do what's right and you allow that person to slip away, and then you have this epiphany after the fact, like, damn, they were the truth. And
shitting on the people that got you there.
I fucked it off. If you come across somebody that adds value to your life, do whatever you need to do to keep them around. Because if you don't, and you allow somebody else to come in and value that person, you're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And for the rest, maybe not the rest, but for a long ass time, you're left with just regret because you didn't do what you needed to do to acknowledge the value that person brought to your life. And now somebody else is going to reap the benefits. So my aftershock is do what you have to do internally to keep that person in your life. Because baby, that regret is a MF.
Especially I pop off and I'm just in London somewhere with good money.
Yeah. and you see that person later on living their best life with somebody else because you couldn't get your shit together. Don't let that be you.
Yeah.
Do what you have to do to find out.
That's right. Preach, lady. Preach.
Yeah, do what you gotta do. Because baby, you're not gonna want to eat that when you see them with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize that could have been you.
There you go. There you go. And on that note, people, thank you guys for tuning in on a football night. I appreciate y'all. We are here every Thursday night with the juicy topic every time. Now, we might get a little serious here and there. Sometimes you got to be informed about, certain things that's uncomfortable to talk about. Mm-hmm. We will definitely go there. But all the people that are new here, just watching it, thank you, Rosemary. You've been, just first time looking in. Come back.
But come back.
While you're waiting right here, you see that ticket across the screen? Go to Facebook. If you're on Facebook, go to YouTube and subscribe to Lush Exchange. And look, we've been seeing all the love and we appreciate it. Thank you guys. But y'all gotta call in now. We want to hear from you.
Yes. Sometimes y'all don't want to type all that.
And thank you, ladies, for having me. I've enjoyed my, this is what, hour and 21 minutes. It doesn't feel like an hour and 21 minutes.
We said an hour, but the show was getting a little too good.
Sometimes we're gonna go over because the conversation is what it is. It's bomb. So
I definitely, thank you for bringing me here, and I look forward to coming back.
Hey, do you have anything, anything that you want to, let everybody follow you?
Shout out any business ventures, anything.
Well,
you can shout the group out if you want.
That's what I'm going to do. I have a Facebook group called The Deuce, and The Deuce, aka No Bullshit Allowed, and that's exactly what it's about. Kind of like this show here. We all, we're all grown people in there. It's about, it's small, about 22, about 2,200 of us.
It ain't that small. I love that you're being humble, but it's not that small.
No, I mean, compared to other Facebook groups, we don't have like 20,000,
I mean, to me, anything over 500 is a fairly large group. And you've got over 2,000. Yeah, there's no personal touch in a group with 10,000, 20,000 people. Mm-hmm. 3/4 of them ain't saying shit. So I like, go ahead.
Yeah, no. And Nikki is actually one of the moderators. So I called you Nikki. I'm sorry, Nicole.
Nikki too. If you know me, it's Nikki. So.
And Nicole is one of the moderators. Maggie, you're in the group as well, right?
She added me to the group, and I love it. No judgment zone. Everybody's just adults, and that's
right.
You want to be a part of.
Yeah.
We laugh, we chill, we wild out, we get a little sexy, we do all that.
A lot of sexy.
Yeah, a lot of sexy.
Oh, definitely.
Phelp, are you on IG? Nikki Nicole is asking what your IG is. Are you on IG?
Yes, I am on IG under my IG is _ice9. That's spelled out ice9. All right, _ice9.
Is 9 spelled out too?
No, just the number.
Okay, the number 9. Okay.
Yeah, and definitely, you guys come and check out the group. we'll have to put up a link or something or whatnot so that they can join or
You know
whatever.
what? Let me see if I can put that in here while we on here, while everybody's hanging tight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We'll go
We
ahead
have
and
a
do
meet
that.
and greet coming up in October, and it's going to be in
Yes, we do.
Atlanta, and I will be
Mhm.
there. So Maggie,
Yes.
we linking definitely, because contrary to popular belief, Maggie and I have never met each other face to face.
I know. We're like the best friends right about now.
What?
Oh wow.
We-
I mean, but hey,
we-
I believe it.
we-
There's a lot of people, there's a lot of people who are really cool, that have never met each other.
Yeah,
Hey,
we vibe, and we started this
Mhm.
whole show thing, and it's just it clicked, and I'm loving it. So meet me in Atlanta October 30th, basically.
Mhm.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Oh, that's
So Maggie,
Halloween too.
yeah,
Yes,
we're gonna have a costume party. We're gonna have a Halloween party.
Okay.
Yeah,
Liddy.
we're gonna have
I gotta get
we're
an
gonna have a
outfit together.
costume. Yeah, get that together. Get all that together. I don't know what I'm gonna be. I don't know what I'm gonna be, but I'll be something cool.
Okay. Hey, I can't wait. So we
I'm
gotta put that on
excited.
the calendar. There go the link, everybody. Go ahead and
Yes.
join. New people, no judgments. But
Yeah,
Nikki, yes, you have to come, Nikki Nicole, because I have to meet you. Because me and her, we good girlfriends now.
yeah,
So
y'all been vibing. Y'all
shout out to
definitely
Nikki
have.
Nicole.
yes, she always supports. I love me some Nikki Nicole.
But on that note, we're gonna go ahead and end this thing. Get everybody their evening back.
Right.
All right,
All right.
y'all. Till
Thank
next
right.
time.
y'all.
Peace.
All right, peace.